Hey everyone, Thad here with Sunstoppers. I'm at our headquarters in Charlotte, here to talk to you about the variety of differences in residential and commercial films. We install Expel films, it's their Vision line, and this is a variety of darknesses to kind of show you what the entry-level options are out there. Here's an example of what the film looks like from the outside. We're running our hand behind it so you can get a little bit of an example of what that can appear. Obviously, this isn't exactly what it'll look like on your home windows, but it gives you a good idea of the privacy that you also get with these darker reflective films. And here's a view from the inside, so you can see what it looks like looking into the sun. Again, these are small samples, so not exactly what you'll see. As a reference, this is a 70% darkness that lets in 70% visible light. We call it VLT, visible light transmittance. 70, 60, this is a 45, right? And this is a 35. Both of these are 35% films, so they're two different types of films. This is a 25%, a 15%, and a 5%. These are qualified as what we call reflective films. There's two really types of those. There's a tinted reflective, which is also called a dual reflective. So it doesn't really change the appearance of the glass too drastically. And then there's more silvers, and this is called a one-way film that you see on high-rise buildings and bronzes and so forth that are really obviously reflective. Residentially, a lot of people like the evening view line, the dual reflective, tinted reflective, because it is hard to tell, unless as you go darker, that it is on there. You know, as you look at the window from the outside, you know, the glass has a natural reflection to it. So it doesn't change the appearance too drastically. And you can actually have some homes with a couple windows with one or two of these films. It's hard to tell that it's on there when it's not on there on another window. Heat rejection wise, you know, the thought process that you go darker blocks out more heat, not necessarily the truth. With these, yes it is, because these are the entry-level films. But as you go darker, you get upwards of 80% heat blockage, which a lot of people want in their homes, especially in summertime. But also during winter, a lot of people don't realize we have the heat on. If a room is hotter during summer, it's also hotter during winter because the heat is cranking in that room and it's getting cooked by the sun. So you actually save on energy throughout the summer months more, but also during winter months as well. All of these have 99% UV rejection. That's protecting your home and belongings from fading. It's also protecting loved ones, you know, from harmful UV rays. So that's another great perk to it. These lighter films usually go in neighborhoods where the HOA is concerned about the appearance of the home changing. You know, you can't go as drastic as some of these darker films, it's a little more obvious. But you know, we have a wide variety here. This is just a good visual to show you. You know, it's about 10% increments in darknesses. And then we can go over the specifications on how those heat rejections improve as you go darker. But then we also have some light films that aren't on here that we'll show in another example that are called ceramic films that you think of in traditional automotive examples that block out just as much heat almost as this film, but in a clear. So if you want to block out maximum heat, but that is an upper tier of film. It's a little more expensive, but that's what you have to do to get a clear film that blocks out as much heat as this darker reflective film. On this piece of glass, same piece of glass, we've swapped out the film and we've put up the ceramic options. The ceramic options do not really have hardly any reflection to them, but do block out a lot more heat at the lighter darknesses. The bottom row here is the highest end ceramic film. It blocks the most heat without changing the appearance hardly of the exterior of the home. Again, it's the highest end, it's the most expensive, it's the premium of the films and the residential commercial options. This is the mid-level. It is a ceramic film, but not a multi-layer ceramic. This is going to be your next most expensive option. And then the lowest cost options are the natural neutral films that we showed earlier, as well as the reflective films. Top three in the first row, we've got a 60, we've got a 50, and we've got a 40% ceramic film. On the bottom row, it's just slightly different. We've got a 70, a 55, and a 40. Again, these are great for neighborhoods where you have an HOA and they're really strict on the appearance of the homes. Those are great examples. If you don't want to block out any visible light, you want to keep as much visible light, you don't have too many windows in a particular room, go with a lighter film, but that room's still getting hot from that sunlight. These also have that 99% UV rejection as well.